Every bride desires a momentous affair to mark her switch from singlehood to matrimony. Lily Nyaga was one of the lucky few to experience the legendary Samantha's Bridal Bachelorette glam party. Better yet, she would go through the venture with 10 of her closest girlfriends. The day starts off at celebrity Wahoo Kagwe's salon Afrosiri, where the girls will be treated to a series of beautification treatments, among them mani-pedis, hair restyling, and makeup application. Lily's girlfriends are already there, but the bride-to-be is conspicuously absent. We later get to discover that Lily had yet another squabble with the traffic police, one that almost cost her the bridal shower experience.
I have to smile every time I hear your voice. It takes me a while to catch my breath again. I remember when we were apart.
A limousine from Mash Auto awaits as the ladies dress up in alacrity for their next venture. The limousine comes to a halt at the Piedmont Plaza. Soraya of the wine shop ushers the bride and her party to their next endeavor.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the wine shop. And today we'll be hosting you for a wine and cheese and welcoming you for your special day. So please feel at home. I'd like to introduce you to Geoffrey. Geoffrey is our wine sommelier, and this is a good-looking young man who's here to look after all of you today, so you're in good hands.
Thank you.
And then Geoffrey is going to let you in on a professional secret about how to toast the beautiful bride on her special day. Oh. So that you'll all be...
Today, I've prepared something excellent for you, Lily. We are going to be tasting quite a number of wines. What we have here is a wine board. Is a wine menu. You have different ranges from all over the world, and you can select any of the 6, be it white, be it red, and be it a rosé.
Geoffrey takes the ladies through the tasting, one wine glass after another, and as the session progresses, one can't help but notice the elation in the air.
You can just smell it because you can feel the aromas, because I had put these wines quite like 4 minutes ago, I know, but now they have opened up. So you can just check. Is it moderate? According to the wine that you have selected, is it aromatic or powerful? So after you have done that and made the decision again, just sip the wine. Don't swallow it first. Just swallow it in your mouth. Yeah? Swallow it in your mouth.
And true to the promise, the wine sommelier shares a special wedding toast with the girls.
So as we toast to your love growing and maturing, as well as these wines, and hopefully the next milestones, your baby, when your child goes to school, every time your love will go stronger, like these wines, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Elated from the experience, it's time for the girls to switch gears to matters more serious. Psychologist and relationship expert Chris Hart joins the group for a talk on all things marriage and relationships.
How many people here are married? You don't have to answer. How many people here are married? Anybody? One? Yeah. Two. Okay. Everybody else in relationships?
Was married.
So what sort of area would you like me to talk about to break the ice? Sex. Okay. Rule 1, there should be lots of it. You do know that, don't you? Lots of it. Oh, my goodness. Hey, you should be making love 24 hours a day. So even when you're sort of standing side by side at the kitchen sink, there should be a little bit of something going on. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
In other words, there should be just a little bit of excitement 100% of the time. And anytime anybody gets a glint in their eye, you should jump at it.
Women and men communicate differently.
They do. They surely do.
We somewhat talk much more than men do.
That is true.
So how should it be? Like, how can I read the other person's mood?
Okay, look, I tell you what is a very good thing to do is, I hope it's not too late for you, but very early on in a relationship, you should decide that you are going to be 100% honest with one another. In fact, it should be a test of the relationship. You know, if you discover you're with somebody, and okay, he's drop dead gorgeous and all the other things, but you don't completely trust him to tell the truth. And, or maybe you feel unwilling to tell him certain things, yes? Run for the hills. Take yourself back to when you were about 18 years old and you were clubbing. You would tell a guy anything, wouldn't you, in a club? And he, of course, would tell you anything. Because you both recognize that it's a temporary relationship. True? And it's not going to last, and it's going nowhere, and it's, you know, it's fun. But the split second you were beginning to think, I want a husband, you should operate the other way. You should only meet in places where people tell the truth, and you should tell the truth straight off, and you should demand it. And so if you sense that the guy is spinning you a line, move on, you know. You need to adjust your language to get a guy to do what you want. You want a guy to take the trash out? Take the trash out. It works. I promise. You want to go out? Take me out. I want to go out. Take me out now. No politeness, no subtlety, no hints, none of that, none of that, no hints. Men do not do hints. It is seriously good practice in relationships to encourage your spouse to talk, for example. And I mean, for example, if you ever read that book, The Art of War, one of the things it will tell you is to control your emotions. So even if you are hopping mad with your boyfriend, he must not know that. You make it feel like a perfectly normal conversation, even though inside you're plotting revenge. Yeah.
We are told choices have consequences, right? Choices have consequences.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. So when you make the wrong choices, like we know that some
You mean
of
you chose the wrong guy?
No. It's not about the choice of husband. That has already been done, and I think it's perfect. It's a perfect choice. But what I'm asking is like we all know some of our funds have been frozen because we made wrong choices, right? So isn't that the same thing that should happen in relationships? Like if you do the wrong thing, I don't cook, I don't brush your shoes, I don't do those things that I'm supposed to do.
You're not married today, you're not married tomorrow, you're married forever. And these disagreements come in different forms. Today you're disagreeing about even this glass wine.
Yeah.
Tomorrow about the spoon. So what will happen? You'll not polish the shoes for that long until those pending things are sorted out?
Yeah, absolutely right. And look, some things that come up in relationships are deeply serious, you know, and they require a lot of effort, but they must not derail the whole relationship. You're going to have a serious fight about, say maybe he drinks too much or something like that, you know? That will be a serious fight. And it might take you weeks or months to sort it out. And you must not put the relationship on hold while you're doing it. You see what I mean?
So how do you handle his mood swings?
His?
Mood swings.
Well, you have them too.
Yeah, I do. But I think I'm allowed to have mood swings.
So is he. Now, I tell you what's a very good thing to think about. It goes like this. You two have got different personalities. Maybe you're an extrovert and you love being out and with people. Maybe he's an introvert, he likes to sit and read a book, you know. You need to figure out what the things you're falling out about are to do with your personalities. And the reason for that is because personality can't be changed. So anytime you realize that you're falling out about something that's part of his personality or yours, get used to it.
Having fortified the girls with gen necessary for long, healthy relationships, Dr. Chris Hart takes his leave as Samantha's bridal Catherine joins the girls for more chatter.
He seems very settled.
I must get married.
The wedding is not so soon. Like it's still a month to go.
I know that happened to me yesterday when I was doing the fitting for the gown. So my gown is not ready, and then that chick is like, "How many days to your wedding?" I was like, 6. She's like, "You're not worried?" I'm so not worried. The last stitch is being done on the day of the wedding.
How is the gown, by the way?
My future husband loves Chris Hart. Loves Chris Hart. Every Sunday, like when we're not together, like say after church, everyone has gone their own way. In fact, I just texted him like, "Guess who I'm meeting? Who talks about relationship you love him?" He was like, "Chris Hart." He didn't even miss it. I was like, "Yes, I'm with Chris Hart." He loves him.
I think I agree because his way of looking at things is more realistic. It's not, there are things that we experience but in a different way. But when they are put together, they're in the right way. You know, like especially on communication, I think on disputes, he said it right. You don't stop being a wife because you're mad. And I keep telling you, she has to know that. She has to know that she can't stop cooking tea because she's annoyed with Leo. She has to make the tea. She has to go to bed. She has to do the shoes. And the disputes will be solved later. I've told her this is the 3rd time, but I'm still insisting. And he said it.
The other exciting part about today was the ride. In the limo, we had fun. We had fun. We took so many photos. Like it was fun for the ride.
Do you know what she said?
Let me know.
What's your title? Geoffrey?
Sommelier. Sommelier. Sommelier is a wine steward. It's a French word meaning a wine steward, and that means that someone who knows a lot about the wines, qualified and certified. So
you know what that lady said?
Yeah.
That one, my best lady. When you introduced her, she said, "This is the first Somalia who's dark."
Absolutely.
Somalia.
No,
You're from Somalia.
Somalia.
Oh my God.
Even she said.
Somalia.